another glorious day in the neighborhood.
Things are getting pretty serious. It looks like we're entering into the holidays. These dates are going so hot.
Yeah, are we, what's that called when you have a date for the holidays?
I don't know.
A hookup for the holidays?
A hookup for the holidays? I know you can hire people.
It's called something like a cuddle something or like a... It's called like... There's a thing.
Wait, I don't know.
It's like someone that you date during the holidays just because you want to like snuggle and you want presents for Christmas and you don't want to go to like family functions alone.
And then you have to break up with them right before Valentine's Day.
Yeah, there's a name for that. I forgot what it is though.
It's pathetic. That's what the name is.
Anyways, hopefully that's not us. Hopefully you're not going to break up with us before Valentine's Day because that's lame.
Anyways, I am Courtney Shove. You can call me Shove.
And I'm Rebel Rouser. You can call me Rebel.
And together we are Shovel.
Can you dig it?
And this is Skate Date, our podcast.
A podcast made by two roller skaters who fell in love and just wanted to talk a lot. So here we are.
I don't talk as much as she does, but on here I tend to talk a lot.
It's because I just sit and wait for you to talk.
Today's episode, we're going to talk about the dreaded or celebrated Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving.
Thanks for nothing.
Thanksgiving. I'm being Adam Sandler.
Oh my gosh. And we will also talk about, what are we talking about today?
We're going to talk about some other stuff.
Ooh, some secret stuff.
Yeah.
Some stuff that we can kind of talk about our experience, but not give away too many details.
Yeah, we're going to talk about a secret thing, and then we're going to talk about Bowie, and then we're going to answer your questions, and then we're going to wrap it up.
Yada, yada, yada.
Present.
But, first of all, we got to start with those fake ads.
The fake ads, everybody's favorite. So, hey, if you are a business or an organization or you have something to sell and you want us to help you sell it, well, guess what? This is where you can put your ad. So, contact us at skatedatepodcast@gmail.com and we will send you the deets, McGeets.
Oh no, it's almost Thanksgiving.
Yay! I can't wait to go to my parents' house.
Why? So they can make snide remarks about us being queer again?
Well, your dad isn't any better. He's always like, when are you gonna give me a grandbaby?
I just wish we could have like a clapback in the moment rather than when we're on our way home.
Right?
Now introducing the Clapback flashcards.
Study them before the holidays so you'll have that perfect clapback. Like,
when you gonna settle down?
when you gonna admit you settled?
Or,
That ain't all your hair.
them ain't all your kids.
And,
Damn, you on your fourth piece of pie?
damn, you on your fourth baby daddy.
The Clapback flashcards.
Never leave another family dinner defeated. I want him.
I need them.
I need him. We should make clapback cards. Oh my god, what if that was our first skate date merch?
Oh my gosh.
Wait, technically we have stickers already, so it wouldn't be the first.
First of all, I need to say thank you, Black Twitter, for giving me some of those top clapbacks.
Excellent. We are forever indebted to you.
Yeah, like, babe, don't you just hate that feeling when, like, someone says something and then, like, you're just like, and then, like, 5 minutes later when they're gone.
You have the clarity of mind, and
you're
you have the perfect comeback.
Should have said something.
Yeah, it happens to me all the time. I swear every time I'm in the car by myself leaving a function, I'm like, well, could have said that.
You're like, all of a sudden I'm the most witty person. I have the best clapbacks.
Shoulda, coulda, woulda.
Could have made you crumble in your soul. But
know.
I just stood there and was like, yeah, no.
Yeah, I know. I said something stupid like, no, you. My go-to clap back when I don't know what to say. You did that. Like the good third grader that I am.
I'm just like, I'm rubber, you're glue. Everything you say bounces off me and sticks to you.
Oh my gosh. I'm like, why don't you marry it?
Oh, we'll never grow up.
Never.
Okay, let's head on over to the real world.
The real world.
All right, so Thanksgiving. Take it or leave it.
Thanksgiving. Don't take the colonizers. Don't take the free smallpox blankets. Don't take the forcing people to sit down at a table to pretend like we have made peace with the Native Americans.
Oh my gosh, but like this Thanksgiving, we could literally like go to the hospital, take the blankets, get COVID all over them, and then give them to like the Karens and the Kevins and be like, boom.
I did see a meme that was like, isn't it ironic that this Thanksgiving, when like everyone's starting to be so woke, Americans can finally understand what it's like to potentially stay away from family members because you don't want to travel and then give someone a disease. I was like, dang, okay, mic drop. I get it.
Yeah, but let's be honest. Like, we know, like, the meaning of Thanksgiving. Like, yeah, like, that. But you are...
No, that's what I was saying. I was saying, don't take that. Don't take that. I was on my way to take the...
Okay.
Take the Thanksgiving brunch. Mm-hmm. Take the hangout with friends. And take the lots of cooking and making fantastic hostess moves. Like I'm the hostess with the mostess. I love me some Thanksgiving brunch.
And I am like, I don't need any of it. Like, it's cool to eat. Like, I'm down with that part. But, like, then you got the cleanup. You got the setup. It's stressful. I like your Thanksgiving brunch because, like, it's okay. Like, it's, like, good food. And there's people, which is cool. But at the end of the day, I'm just like...
You don't like the setup the night before, and I do like 99% of the work ahead of time, and you don't want to be a part of that, which is totally fine because I want to do all of it. It's like party planning, and you don't like the cleaning afterwards, but usually my friends will clean up.
But then, like, also, I have this, like, embedded in my head that every Thanksgiving, like, it's doomsday. Like, I grew up with Thanksgiving being like, yay, food, yay, the adults are drinking, we're just playing games. And then next thing you know, someone had too much to drink and went down where someone had to be pulled off of strangling their mother, their cousin, their sister, their brother, and then someone was crying and someone left drunk and then you had to chase them down, and it was this huge thing that ended up with everyone crying and then like food on the floor because something dramatic happened, and then we just don't talk to each other for months or until next year and pretend like nothing happened.
Okay, so that's definitely not my experience with Thanksgiving, but my Thanksgivings were not the best, and then I spent a lot of years working. Like, I worked for a catering business for a long time, and so I would just be working every Thanksgiving. Mm-hmm. I would get, free food and make money, and I'm like such a fan of free food and money, so it's like
win-win. But what about when you were a kid?
But then it transitioned into I wanted to have a Thanksgiving of my own, which is why I invented Thanksgiving brunch.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but you're skipping it. What about you when you were a kid?
When I was a kid, Thanksgiving was very like, I don't know, it was the same stuff. Like, I made dinner with my dad. Like, I always helped cook, and I really liked cooking. And, like, I have generally good memories of Thanksgiving. But then when I got older, it was like rebels started to rebel. And we clashed a lot at the dinner table. And my family has a lot of conservative friends. And so they would say things to me like, oh, did you know that because you got a tattoo, you let the devil into your blood? And it also, when I became, like, anorexic and stuff, like, it was, like, a constant struggle to, like, somehow find a way to not eat Thanksgiving dinner. Or... I don't know. So, and then my family always insisted on playing some sort of board game after Thanksgiving dinner, and board games did not go well at my house. Like,
why not?
Like, it would be like, we start playing a board game and everything is fine and dandy, and then it turns into a screaming match, and people end up on, like, opposite corners of the house because no one is a good loser in my family. And so, like, no one can lose, and it just ends up so bad. Like, we end up arguing at full volume, and, like, it's so bad.
That's the real holiday spirit right there. Yeah. I don't know, like, I used to love when I had to, like, I had to work because, like, I worked graveyard for a long time and I had to work almost every holiday because we were union and I was, like, bottom of the totem. So it was always, like, perfect in a way because since I worked swing shift, which was, like, 6 to 2, or it was like midnight to 8 in the morning, it worked out that like I left right before it went bad. So I think like I hit this period where I was like, I can finally enjoy it. And then I'd come home and the next day wake up and then my dad would fill me in on the drama that happened. So I would get to have like, oh, yay, food. And everyone would be like, oh, you're just going to leave? Like, oh, sorry, guys, gotta work. And I would be like, oh, yeah. Like, it was like, thank you. I got all the fluffy kind, like what I imagined like is the perfect Thanksgiving. And then, like, everyone would be, like, just a little tipsy, and then you always have the cousins that come back, and they're super high, and, like, can't even open their eyes. And then it was, like, this is funny, this is blah, blah, and then I leave, and it'd be, like, perfect, because I had, like, those good, funny memories in my head.
Yeah, I mean, as soon as I turned 18 and, like, had a job, actually, I think it was, like, when I was 19, and I was back from where I was for a year, I was working from that moment forward, and I worked at Starbucks, and Starbucks would be open because of Black Friday. Yeah. And so I would work the overnight shift at Starbucks. Fun. And I would work at the overnight shift at Starbucks at South Coast Plaza.
They tried to get me to work at South Coast Plaza for, like, on a Thursday night. They were like, they're going to open the mall all night. Like, you should help out. We're going to have, like, 20 baristas on floor and
that
it'll be
was
great.
It, yeah. And I was a shift lead for it, and I was like, this is insane. It was the craziest thing. I just remember the milk showing up and there being like towers of milk, and I was like, what in the world? Like, the stock was just so crazy. Imagine, babe, we could have met. Like, I was a Starbucks employee and you were a coffee bean.
I know. It's like oh gosh, that's a. We'll talk about that next episode. Our nightmares of working on Black Friday. And stuff.
I've worked, so many Black Fridays.
But let's try to keep, before we start, like, sleeping and overnight waiting for good deals, Black Friday and all that madness, Thanksgiving is supposed to be, like, what's the meaning of Thanksgiving? I know a lot of people are like, I think I do like giving thanks, like, at the meal. And I remember, like, at brunch last year, like, you were like, what? Like, when I was like, I think we should give thanks.
Which is good. I think that's great. I definitely just have not done that in so long. And I think I have a weird, like, association with, like, the only thanks being given is, like, prayer.
Yeah, I don't like that. Oh my gosh. I used to get, to this day, like, if I know, like, we're going to my dad's for, like, a holiday thing, my fear is always that they're going to choose me that year. Because it's happened a few times where they're like, time to say grace. And then my dad will be like, go ahead. And then I'm like, what? Because, like, I'm not Christian. And I always feel like, oh, no, gotta fake it. And I'm just like, God bless this family. God bless this food. I'm all like, it's so awkward. I start saying random shit. Cause I'm like, how are you supposed to say grace? Like, I don't know. I'm just like, God bless this. God bless that. And rub-a-dub-dub. Getting my tum.
Oh my gosh.
But for me, I do like taking the moment to be like, think of everything that happened in the last year since we were last together and, like, say thanks just to the universe for, like, giving us, like, what we've gotten.
I do think that that's really beautiful. Yeah.
Because we don't really do that. We never really slow down and really appreciate, like, everything that's happened or like how grateful we can be for certain things. So when it comes to that, I'm like, okay, Thanksgiving, you win that one, like making me, like, forcing me to slow down and think about, like, the past year.
That's why I like Thanksgiving brunch so much, because Thanksgiving brunch for me is like, I invite, 12 of my closest friends and we just eat good food and there's never any drama, it's just like hanging out and having lots of mimosas and
mimosas make everything better. Okay.
Yeah. And then I always write, like, notes for everyone. And so I think that's why I never thought of, like, stopping and saying thanks, because I always thought of that, like, pre-ritual for me as my, like, I'm so grateful for all of you being in my life and so let me write notes to you and, like, tell you that. But yeah, that's what I love about it. I think it's just such a precious, I think that idea is so beautiful and wonderful.
What do you think about people that are, like, flying and driving far to, like, go see their family right now this this year.
I think that's a horrible idea and that you should definitely not do that.
What about if they, like, all get COVID tests before and then after?
I don't know. Because I just think, like, I don't know, there's been all this stuff coming out that, like, even a negative COVID test doesn't necessarily mean it's not in your system, and...
Well, he just doesn't know, like, how far. Like, obviously, if it's like,
and how many people
I was around
there?
50 people, and then I take a COVID test, like, the next day, like, it's not gonna count, you know what I mean? But I think, like, just be smart about it, you know? Like, I know it's gonna be hard, I know people are gonna do it no matter what. So I think, like, for those traveling, because, babe, we're driving to a friend's house, and they're in our circle.
But they're in our circle already. I think it's different when you have people who are going to, like, extended family. I think that there's definitely a cause for concern when you have older relatives around.
Or airports being crowded.
Airports, yeah, because even if you get a COVID test on the way that, like, before you leave, and then you're in the airport, what if you pick it up in the airport?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't know. I just think the more contained you can be, I think the better off.
True. I don't know. Like, I just hope that... I don't know. I hope everyone has a good Thanksgiving, whether you celebrate or not.
I would like to talk about the food at Thanksgiving.
Oh my God.
Okay, before I tell you what I think about the food, actually, I know. What do you think about the food at Thanksgiving?
I love the sides. The side dishes are the shit for me. So, like, when I was vegetarian, I was like, yes, like, it didn't even matter. Because, like, the turkey, cool, take it or leave it. The ham, I eat it for the glaze, but usually, like, grosses me out. But, like, give me the sweet potatoes, give me the cornbread stuffing, give me, what else? Like, sometimes there's potato salad randomly.
Green bean casserole is my favorite.
No, give me the greens, the mustard greens with some vinegar and onions. So I love it. Oh, and the homemade dinner rolls. So when it comes to Black Thanksgiving, God, so much good food. Then when you go to your white girlfriend's house for Thanksgiving, and she forces you to eat some weird ass neon green gelatin stuff or like, what was it? It was weird. It's
Jello salad.
Jello salad should not be a thing.
It's called ambrosia.
No. I've had ambrosia and I liked it.
We call it green Jello.
This was something different. This was like.
It's good. It's like
ambrosia salad,
but with lime Jello.
Yes.
It's like it's like lime Jello, pineapple.
There was too much on it.
Cheese.
Oh, it was
grapes.
lumpy.
Yeah, because of the cottage cheese, grapes, and pineapple. And marshmallow fluff.
Yeah.
No, wait, cream cheese? Maybe cream cheese. I don't know. I don't know.
Things. It was a no, though.
All I know is that...
And you know...
Every year growing up, that was gone so fast. That was gone faster than every other
Can we talk about how my girlfriend, Miss Rebel Rouser, knows that I am a hoe for being polite? Like, I have, like, there's things she does that I'm, like, biting my nails. And I'm like, that's not polite. Like, there's these little things that I've been taught.
I went to Cotillion and decided, we're good.
If I go to someone's house and they offer me something they made, I then have to eat it because that's the polite thing to do.
I also do that.
No one was trying to really get me to eat it. And she was like, babe, try this. After, on the way there, she told me you're going to have to try it. And I said, that sounds disgusting. She did it on purpose because she is evil and conniving. And I bit into it and I remember thinking, oh my God, this is disgusting, and having to smile and chew and swallow. And just like
my parents would have just been like, it's fine if you don't like it, more for us.
Yeah, but
like, they literally would not have cared if you didn't like it.
I wasn't raised that way, and I don't know.
Yeah, so that's the only good thing. Okay, that, and then there's one other really good thing in my family's house. My dad's German, and he's like full German, and he makes a German potato salad, and oh my God, it is to die for. There's bacon in it. There's like a perfect mixture of like salty sweet. There's like a little bit of vinegariness in it. Like, oh my God, it almost makes me stop being pescatarian every year. Like, it's so delish. And I look forward to that. Even just smelling it, I'm like, oh, yes. So good. But other than that, like, I hate turkey. I mean, obviously I'm pescatarian, so I don't eat it anyways, but I've always hated it.
Yeah.
My whole life growing up, I've always thought it was so gross.
Do y'all do the wishbone?
No. Unless there is one.
There's always a wishbone.
Well,
it's part of the turkey.
It's just not like it's not that important, but if it comes up, like, we do it. Like, I've done it with my dad before in the kitchen, but not like...
No, you're like, what?
It's not like part of the...
That's like... It's
like
not
a
like
tradition?
American tradition?
Oh, I don't know.
Is my family weird? No,
No.
it's a thing. It's a thing. And then you both have to pull it, and whoever gets the biggest bone, their wish comes true.
Yeah, yeah, but it's just not like a
Where? Okay, as I say that out loud, I'm like, what even is that? Like, where did this tradition come from?
So weird. I don't know.
Cavemen are like, rip at this bone.
Well, I mean, it's kind of like that same thing, like pulling straws. Like, where did that come from? That's so random.
At least that makes sense, because it's like the shortest one, you know, it has a reason. Like, this is based on wishes.
Yeah, no, the shortest one, like, you get screwed. Like, the shortest one on the wishbone, also, you get screwed. You don't get your wish.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, anyway,
I gotta Google that later, because now I'm...
But
wait. Sweet potato casserole.
Love it.
Did your family make it?
Yep.
Marshmallows
with the
on top?
Marshmallows on top. Yep.
Nice.
I remember one year my dad tried to make it with big marshmallows, and I was like, ew. Why would you do that?
Wait, but I made it with big marshmallows.
Yeah, but like when my dad makes it, like it's so good with the little marshmallows. You made it with the big marshmallows and it was good, but it was like when I was expecting the small marshmallows from my dad and then he made it with the big marshmallows, I was like, Dad, you have let me down.
Oh my gosh.
You know what I really, really love that I didn't know I loved because my whole life I had the canned cranberry sauce? Mm-hmm. Is homemade cranberry sauce.
And for me,
so good.
I prefer the canned.
Really?
It's so weird. Like, when I see it's homemade, I'm like, Oh, I know what I'm forgetting. Homemade mac and cheese when that's on the table.
So that was never on the table when at my family's house. So I feel like I missed out on that.
It's always changing that, but like as long there has to be the greens. The greens are always there, and the cornbread stuffing's always there, and there's always gonna be some sort of sweet potato there. Those are like the staples, no matter what.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like not Thanksgiving. You don't have that. One year, I think we had like pizza or something random.
What?
Because I think they were just like, my parents were like over it, or maybe we were just too poor. I don't know. Oh my gosh. Okay, as someone that's also grown up poor, did you go to the food bank for like the box or the church for the box?
Yeah, definitely.
Right?
Many years.
So,
yes.
when we lived in Compton, my dad was all like, I need you to come walk to this church with me. And this is back when I was like a super goth kid. Like,
oh my gosh.
Wore black all day, every day. The only color would be like red or purple. And I'm like, okay. So we're like walking for a while. Then we get to a church. And I was like, what are we doing here? And he's all, we got to get a Thanksgiving box. And I was like, what? And then so we had to sit there with like 5 other people for hours listening to the sermon. And then we got a box of food.
Yeah,
and
you just got to listen to the sermon.
Got a turkey, came with even dessert in it. It was amazing.
Yeah, we have gotten turkeys and like a whole Thanksgiving box from a church. We've gotten it from a food bank. One year someone sent us a Thanksgiving box. Mm-hmm. And that same year, I think someone also sent us a box that was like, here's some Christmas presents. Because, like, we didn't have any. Yeah, it was very sweet. That's the one thing that I will say about, like, people in the church is that they do take care of other people in the church. And I think that that's really, really nice. Yeah,
when I worked at a casino, they would always give each employee a turkey. This huge, like, shipper, like freaking, what are they called? Like, container of a truck, like a diesel truck would pull up outside the casino, and you walked out and you give your employee badge, and they would just give you a turkey, and they were like huge turkeys.
Whoa.
So like some years I would just donate them, like if we already had one, because me and my dad both worked at the casino, so I always made sure I grabbed one to give to like my friend who was in like a really big family, and they were like less fortunate, so I'd always be like, you got your free turkey again. Like,
nice.
So it was always cool to like know, like, I don't even like it, but Give it to someone.
I remember working at Red Robin, and they kept making all these random, like, turkey, like, Thanksgiving-inspired burgers.
Oh, God.
And I remember really liking them, like, right around the Thanksgiving time, because it was like a turkey burger, and then they put some sort of, like, cranberry sauce kind of a thing on there, and it was delish.
Nice.
I do miss working in a restaurant for all the free food. I think that's why, like, when I was growing up, like adulting kind of a thing, I think that's why I never really learned how to grocery shop, because during those years that I should have learned how to grocery shop, I just never bought food at my house, and I just always, whenever I needed food, I just, like, picked up a shift. Like, I never bought food.
No, that makes sense. I remember, like, being like, dang, it's my days off. What am I going to eat? Like.
Yeah, no, for sure. Definitely.
Oh my gosh. Well, we'll see how this Thanksgiving goes.
I'm excited. I think it'll be good. It's going to be different for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. We'll see.
I mean, I'm still going to cook brunch, but it's just going to be for you and your dad.
Hopefully no one colonizes anything. I think we should head on over to the wheel world.
Let's roll on over to the wheel world.
Welcome to the Will World, where we talk about things happening in the skate community and all things skate related.
Roller skating. This is your space in our podcast.
Roller skating. Take it or leave it. Just kidding. Love it.
Wow. Roller skating.
Wait, this is called skate date, but I thought it was like skateboards.
I thought it was like inlines.
No one calls inline skate. Babe, I can't with you.
I thought it was like, you know, those things that you, like, move boxes on that have 4 wheels that are, like, this big. That's what I thought it was. I thought that's what kind of date we were on.
Okay. Well, on that note, welcome to my life, y'all. This is the love of my life. She's hilarious.
Shut up.
All right, so this past week, we did something super secret.
We did something so secret, and it was so fun.
We probably shouldn't even be talking about it.
We really shouldn't, because we signed things.
I didn't sign anything.
I signed a thing.
So I shall tell you.
No.
No, we can't tell you everything, but we'll just, like, you know, talk about what happened without saying anything.
Yes. So I got a message, like, a few months ago, and they were like, hey, Rebel, we want you for a thing.
Yeah.
And I was like, that sounds dope.
And it's about roller skating.
And it's about roller skating.
And it's a thing.
And it's a thing.
That's going to go on a thing.
Yeah, it's going to go somewhere else. And we're all going to be able to
watch it.
See said thing.
Yeah.
Yes.
Skating. And there was a video team.
There was a production team. And Shove was there. And some other people were there.
Yes. We may have had a total of 5 skaters, all different levels.
Yes.
So we hope we did justice, because this could be something huge.
It could. Or it could be something like not big at all.
We don't know.
We have no idea.
Like 20 people could see it. 1,000 people could see it.
Or 20,000 people could see it.
Yeah. So we'll see. But it was really crazy. We shot for 2 days.
Yes, we did.
A full 8 hours the first day.
Yeah, and about 6 or 7 the second.
Yeah, and what was cool about it was to prep for it, we went to Green Skate Park with some friends just to check it out, because we realized Green Skate Park is falling literally apart.
It's literally falling apart.
So it was cool just to go, because we hadn't been in a while. And then we got to skate the ramp for the video on the neighborhood.
Yeah.
Where else, baby?
We recorded
the beach.
At the beach. And
sunset skating. It was really nice.
It was really nice, and we really want to talk more about it.
Yeah.
But we cannot.
Yeah.
But we can't wait for you to see it, and, you know, when you do see it, you're going to be like, so that's what they were talking about.
Yeah. But that was just a teaser. But what we're really going to talk about is, like, opportunities that people get while skating. Because I noticed, like, everyone's really into skating. right now.
Yeah, everyone's into skating. Like,
Which-
the world is like, we love skaters.
Yeah, which means, like, corporations are in to skaters, too. And they see us as, like, advertising for them. Like,
Commodity.
Yeah, so they're reaching usually the people that would go into the people that are like, I'm an influencer that decorates things, like, and stuff like that. Now they're going to the roller skate community. So I've been noticing a lot of skaters I follow, like, Tony and Jazz had Sprite. Was it Sprite?
No, Fanta.
It wasn't Fanta.
It was something at 7-Eleven. I thought it was a new flavor of Fanta at 7-Eleven.
It was not Fanta. It was like
It
Sprite,
wasn't?
baby.
You said to me out loud,
No.
you said Fanta. Yeah, you did. This morning when I was teaching.
It wasn't.
It might
Fanta.
not have
I
been
did not
Fanta. It
say
could have been
Fanta
a
either.
It could have been a Freudian slip, but you definitely said that.
She's lying. She never hears anything.
It's Sunkissed.
So,
You're right.
Oh, I said
remember.
Sunkissed.
You said Sunkissed.
Yeah. So, like, Tony, the skater Tony and Jazz, they both posted with Sunkissed, and there was another person.
Sunkissed and Slevin.
Yeah, and it was, like, super cool, because it's, like, one, they're black, and not just black, but they're dark-skinned, beautiful black women
Gorgeous
that
black
are
women.
very great skaters. So it's, like, super awesome, because it's, like, representation.
Hell yeah.
And, like, also to see people, like, getting opportunities that used to not get opportunities. And I think that's something great that's coming out of the year 2020.
Good. I do really, really love that.
Yeah, and then, like, you see people, like, benefiting like, Tony did Calvin Klein.
So cool.
Yeah, and then, like, how I got to model with Nike for that thing, and Jazz did that too, and another skater, oh my gosh, what's her name? I'm so sorry. Alex. Alex did it too. I don't know, it's just, like, really cool, like, have opportunities, like, Rebel, who's super sex positive, got an affiliate with a sex toy company.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's just, like, really awesome. Like, I have Moxie. Well, that's been for a while, so that's boring. They've always believed in me. Yay.
Yeah. Okay, so the sex toy company, though, they're called Adult Honey Playbox. It's called Honey Playbox now. They just rebranded. But they're having a Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving?
So they sent out, like... weed paraphernalia. I don't know if they sent me weed paraphernalia. It's a box, so I don't know what's in the box.
She's oh my gosh, patience of the saint. She has not opened. She cut it open, read the card that said don't open yet, and she closed it. Who can do that? I would have looked at everything and then placed it back in.
Because we're supposed to open it together on this Thanksgiving Zoom call where we get high and we talk about sex toys.
But I know
The
everyone
best.
else. Well, okay, wait. You didn't tell me that you're supposed to get high.
I don't know if we're supposed to get high, but I'm imagining it's called Thanksgiving.
But I'm sure people will be high, but I don't know if they'll get, like, high on it. But if you're high and trying to do it, it's gonna be a show.
No, I'm only gonna get a little high. Like a little high.
This
that's it.
lady cannot
When I get
handle.
high, I cannot handle. But I love it, but I cannot handle.
Well, everyone loves it, but does it love you back?
I don't know. Yeah.
Thanksgiving?
I'm stoked about it.
But yeah, I think it's really cool. It's like roller skating's trending, and, like, good opportunities are coming out of that. And not just, like, opportunities like, hey, here's a free shirt. Like, that's usually, like, what it's always been. Like, here's some free stuff. Post about it. Cool. Like, a trade-off thing. But now people are getting paid.
Like, actually paid.
Yeah, which is great. And whether it's a lot of money or a little money, as long as it's, like, a bunch of opportunities, it's, like, enough for some people to just, like, I can survive and pay for school doing this and get a car and all this stuff.
Which is amazing.
Yeah, so that's super cool because, like, roller skating doesn't have, like, huge sponsors the way skateboarders do.
Mm-hmm. It's a really small community. Even though it feels like, oh my god, it's so huge, it's, like, actually really small. And it doesn't have that, like, corporate funding that skateboarding and other sports do.
Yep. Exactly.
But yeah, so that's really, really awesome.
What else is happening in the skate community?
Well, what else is happening is that actually today and tomorrow, the winners of the Rainbow Rider Runway competition are being announced, which is very exciting. The top 25 got announced on Saturday, and then there was 24 hours of voting, and there were literally 2,000 plus votes.
That's amazing.
Which is just wild and so cool.
only It was like, what, 250
There were 250 submissions. Well, there were 350 submissions, but 250
100 people did it.
Yeah, they didn't actually submit the video. But 250 submissions.
It's hard out here for a pimp.
It's hard. It's hard. Life is hard. So there were 250 submissions, and then that got boiled down to 25 top skaters. And then I made a video that was of those top 25 and put it on my YouTube.
Tell the people the drama of the day.
Oh my Lord. That Saturday was the most dramatic, like, video creating day of my life. First off, I, like, thought that the voting, like, the thing that people were actually going to use to vote, I thought it was being sorted out, and then it wasn't, so I had to do it. And then the way it was sorted out, I thought it was like a simple upload, but turns out that no, I needed to individually upload each of these skaters' individual videos to YouTube and then post them on this voting form. But
what did we find out that
YouTube
does? We
found out that YouTube limits the amount of videos you can upload in one day, and it's like 13. So I had to go onto my other YouTube and, like, upload all these random skater videos on my teaching YouTube as unlisted. And then once I finally got all that sorted, I was trying to make the video. So I made the video, I downloaded it. It was like 5 seconds off. So then the whole thing got messed up. And then I downloaded it again and I realized, oh, and before that, I had to add different music to all of the people's submissions because...
To each 8 to 13 second video.
To each 8 to 13 second video.
25 songs that fit the music that said skater chose.
It was miserable, but I did it. And so this took me literally, I started it at 9:30 in the morning, and my thing didn't finally, and then it was like, didn't work, and then the fourth time I finally downloaded it, it was finally okay, and I started to upload it to YouTube, and by this time, it is 9:30 at night, so it's been a full 12 hours, and I start to upload it to YouTube, and YouTube is like, it's gonna take an hour and 45 minutes, and I was like,
so
no!
Annoying.
And I had already, like, this video was supposed to come out at noon, so then I went live on my Instagram, it was like, hey everybody, sorry that I suck, but, like, I've been having major technical difficulties all day long.
We're both on there, and we probably, like, people probably thought we were, like...
People thought we were high for sure.
Or drunk, because, like, we were
both.
so tired.
We were so
We also
loopy.
got a tattoo that day. Like,
and we had gone to the skate park early in the morning. Yeah, in the skate park. We went to the skate park earlier in the morning, too.
Yeah,
so
and it was, like, the day after filming for 2 days and being like, let's go to skate parks and skate here and skate there.
Yeah. So it was just... It was so much. And then we finally got it up, and it was up at, like, right before 11 p.m. that night. And then that's when voting started. But anyways, it was a fiasco. And on top of that, once I finally posted the video, I realized that one of the people got left off of it. So then I had to redo the video again.
I noticed.
I had to redo the video again, and then I downloaded it, and that took another hour. And then it was too big of a file to go up on Instagram, so then I had to put it in iMovie, reduce the file size, and then download it again, and then upload it to Instagram, and it was a nightmare. But we did it. And all of that to say, the winners are being announced along with a big, like, reel of a bunch of the different skate submissions. So that's going to go up on Moxie's YouTube today or Wednesday if you are not listening to this on Wednesday. And then the 5 of the top 10 are going to be announced at the end of that video. And then the next day, so tomorrow or Thursday, I'm going to be putting up a video on my channel that has the last 5 winners on it.
Nice.
Yeah, it's very exciting.
Very exciting.
One very long month worth of promotion for the Rainbow Riders will be completed.
For 10 people to get
free skates. I think that's one of the biggest skate giveaways that I've seen in the skate community.
And it's like not just in America.
Yeah, it's international. Yeah. And so people from all over the world got into that top 25. Yeah.
Wild. That's crazy.
So crazy. Yeah, usually giveaways are limited to United States, so I was really grateful when Estra was like, we can do it worldwide. We'll pay the shipping. And I was like, oh my gosh.
Worldwide. Oh my god, worldwide makes me think of Step Brothers.
Pitbull? Oh.
What?
Mr. Worldwide?
No, I was thinking, what? No, I was thinking, what was it called? It was called Worldwide Prestige.
Oh.
Prestige, Worldwide.
Oh,
boats
yeah.
and hoes, boats and hoes.
Good movie. Good movie.
One of the funniest, I don't know if Step Brothers or Talladega Nights.
Oh.
Is my favorite because they're both in it. They're the shake and bake in there.
They're both so good. They're both
Thank you, baby
so
Jesus.
Good.
9 pounds, 10 ounces.
So good.
Yeah, anything else in the skate community you
I
want to
feel
talk about?
like that's kind of everything in the skate community that I would like to talk about.
I have a random question.
Okay.
Okay, so like we went to Green and okay, you didn't go to skate. You didn't skate in the area I was at, but there was literally like a platform up a ramp, and then when you're standing up there, there's another little ramp to go up to like this corner for a bigger drop in. There was a literal hole in the middle, like a gaping hole where your whole foot could just fall straight down.
Yeah.
Did you go up that? Did you see that
I
part?
have seen that. I've not gone and dropped in on that part yet.
Okay, so like, I was like, okay, that's crazy. So like, what happens if, say, you didn't know and you're skating and your like leg falls in there and you're stuck and you like really hurt yourself? Like, what, like, whose fault? Is it the city?
No,
like,
it's your fault for sure.
So like, but whose job, like all those holes and stuff, like whose
the city
job
takes
is
care
it
of it.
to, right?
Yeah.
But like, do we
But the
write
city isn't liable.
a letter? Like, I'm just like, how do we get it fixed?
Probably talk to the city.
I always wonder, like, I know there's so much you can do, like, people clean it up themselves, and, like, skate park etiquette, but
people from the city clean it up all the time, because I've been there in the morning when they're there more than any other skate park I've seen people clean
yeah,
it
because
up
Houghton's,
there.
like, always trash, and, like, you'll
Houghton is
see them pick it
trash.
up, but I've also watched people pick it up and then skip complete parts, and, like, they don't get in the bowls at all.
Yeah, because they couldn't get out.
Yeah, well, I mean,
they could, but they're not gonna.
yeah, so it's just, like, I don't know, but, like, when it's falling apart, it, like, so it just made me feel sad, like, that.
Yeah. And when they patch it, they don't do a very good job of it.
Yeah, it's like, whatever, you're fine.
Yeah, and it's like, no, we're not.
But it makes sense that it's scooters. I never knew it was scooter kids. That, like, the scooter slamming it is what's causing those holes.
Makes sense.
Freaking scooter kids.
Scooter kids.
Bobo.
All right, it's time for 2 Girls, 1 Pup. Oh, Bobo. Hi, baby boy. Oh, back to sleep he goes. Back to sleep he goes. Baby boy, baby boy.
Oh my gosh, babe. We're doing a podcast here. I have a question for the people. Is it weird if we use a humidifier so that our dog will be less grumbly and snotty?
Okay, let's start this off with saying that Bowie is more vocal than he has been the entire time we've had him. Just because it's like change of weather and it's drastic change of weather and it's like cold to hot to hot again.
Yeah.
To cold. You know what I mean? It's weird. And so he's, what?
Oh, no, he's having something.
Oh. So he's like very, very full of phlegm and very grumbly.
Yeah, so it sounds like he's just trying to, like, talk to us, or, like, he's a really, really grumpy old man. He's like, rah, 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 rah. Like, literally like that.
Sounds like that, and it's all the time.
It's not, like, heavy breathing, where he's like, usually it's, like, literally,
yeah, it's
like,
so weird. He's like,
what are you doing?
Are you Charlie Brown? Are you the teacher in Charlie Brown?
Yeah, and I was, like, wondering, because, like, he's always, like, sounds kind of phlegmy anyways, or, like, he's really gross and he just randomly throws up.
And he, like, also sneezes, and it's just, like, lots of liquid everywhere.
Yeah.
And we went to the vet when we first got him, and we were like, what's going on? Because we got him around this time of year.
Yeah.
And he was like, that's normal. Don't even worry about it.
Exactly. So I was wondering if a humidifier would help him.
Yeah, we're trying to figure out how to make his life a little bit more comfortable.
Because I'm a new plant mom too, and some of my plants they're like, they like the humid air, and it's winter, so I'm like, ooh, maybe I could put all my babies together.
And we have a humidifier because in the beginning of the coronavirus, I read something that said if we did get the coronavirus, then a humidifier might help. And so I bought a humidifier.
And I've been wanting her to bust it out since then, but then she was like, hello, it's hot. It'll just make it gross in here.
It's
because
so
I've never used a humidifier.
Oh,
so
really?
for me, like, when people have humidifiers, that's like...
Next level. Bougie.
Like, moving on up.
Moving on up. Yeah, I'll just find it.
Yeah.
Where is it? Do
you know what? We actually cleaned the garage, and that's one thing we did not stumble across, so maybe it's in the house somewhere randomly.
Oh, you know where it is? It's
closet.
Probably in the closet, yeah.
But yeah, and then Bowie's also been like, I'm going to be a loner and hang out, like, in the opposite room of you.
Yeah, even though he has a bed in the room where we are.
So now he's just grumbly and a whole room away from us, and we're like...
Aka, excuse me? Like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
So then I was like, stop being a loner. So I grabbed him and was like, come cuddle with me. And he did. And so it's not even like that he doesn't want to be around us. It's just that he's...
I think he wants to feel wanted.
That makes sense.
He's like you.
And you.
And you. All right, Bowie. Since you literally are just like Mr. Attitude, I don't even want to cuddle with you right now. As
Come
we
here,
said.
Bowie. Show yourself to the people. Hi, Bobo. How's it going?
Look at him. He has attitude on his face.
I think he's still asleep.
His eyes are open.
Yeah, but he sleeps with his eyes open all the time.
He's like, I'm over this podcast. 2 girls, 1 nope.
1 nope. Okay, this is so annoying because he's like literally trying to anti-prove our point. Like he's not being grumbly, he's not being loud.
Okay,
or
wait.
needy.
But also, why is Bowie the most quiet he's ever been any podcast episode? He's like, oh, you're going to talk about how loud I am this episode?
I'm going to be super
I'm gonna
quiet
show you.
now.
I'm about to show you. You ain't about to talk about me on this podcast no more. That's what Bowie is like. Because literally, y'all hear it every week. He is never this quiet. Come here, Bowie. Thanks for visiting.
Thanks for hanging out.
Do more exciting things next week. All right. It's time for one of our favorite sections.
It's our favorite segment. It's Dear Shovel. It's the part where we read your questions and then we answer them. And sometimes we give just good advice and sometimes we give bad advice and sometimes we give both. And so if you would like your question to be answered on our podcast, then all you have to do is send a little email to dearskatedate@gmail.com and we will potentially answer your question on the podcast. And chances actually are very, very high that we'll answer you because we don't have that many emails. But it can be anonymous, so if you have a question, you're embarrassed by it, don't worry, we won't read your name. Or you could put a fake name, a pseudonym, if you will.
So let's get to it.
Yeah.
So like this person who asked to remain anonymous.
Anonymous.
All right, Anonymous says, love the podcast and y'all's personalities.
Thanks.
Here's a question. Being that y'all come from roller derby, how did your league deal with disagreements among skaters? It is kind of a hard, it's funny. It is kind of hard when it is a big group of different attitudes and personalities. Yes, it is. Do not mix well, and it's hard. Thank you, and skate strong, some skater. P.S. Let's say it one more time for the people who missed it. FDT. Donald Trump.
Donald Trump.
All right. So I didn't want to laugh during that, but I had to because it's so freaking true.
It's so true. Every single roller derby league is going to have drama, and every single roller derby league is going to have problems. And, many roller derby leagues don't deal with the problems well.
Yeah, so what does our league have? What is it called?
Our league has
grievance.
a grievance committee. I am on said grievance committee.
I laugh because it's a joke.
I don't think it's a joke.
Okay, it's been a joke.
When I got on it, we got things done.
I know, but it's been a joke.
It's been a joke.
Like, when I was in the league, like, and skating in the league, and not just, like, I'm still a league member.
Yeah.
I had some grievances.
Oh, it was super not cool, before.
And it sucks because, like, there's always, like, an hierarchy of, like, the cool kids.
I just think it's stupid. I think that why is roller derby replicating high school?
It feels like that.
Yeah.
Everyone has their little group, and then there's, like, some people that talk to you, some people don't, and it's, like, I don't know. But, like, I think it's really important to at least have... It's not a committee, right?
It is a committee, yeah. It's 3 people who are on, like, a committee.
Okay, yeah, so just, like, it needs to be a committee for sure, but it has to have, I think it's really important to have people in it that are fresh meat, or whatever they call it in your league, like, the new skaters, and the team skaters, like, advance.
Yeah.
Because there's always a disconnect between the two, and no one, like, a lot of times, like, the major players on the travel teams don't ever talk to the new skaters, and vice versa. Like, we just look up to you and like, you're intimidating, and you need to have people that are the ones that are like crowd hoppers that like talk to everyone.
Yeah, and I also think there needs to be like rules and procedures for that committee. Like, there was a full-on like thing that we followed when there was a grievance and like reporting. It was all getting very sorted out, and then COVID hit with our league anyways.
But I'm just glad you guys... Someone got kicked out of our league right before
because
COVID.
They were treating other people like trash and threatening to burn people's businesses down.
Yeah, and we found out later that they were like hella racist too. So we were like, oh,
well, good. Bye.
Good, you were gone.
But yeah, I think that no matter what league you're in, there's going to be drama, and I think that a lot of people league hop thinking that like if they league hop, then different leagues are going to be better. And I'm at a point where I kind of wonder if it's just roller derby that has a lot of drama. And if it's just...
Sometimes you gotta ask yourself what's the common denominator as well. So there's some people that tend to...
stir up drama.
Change leagues pretty often. And you're like, so this is your 3rd league and it's not because you moved. There's usually like, it's not that your leagues have all been drama. It's that you're the drama. Or maybe you're just not you don't have the personality to handle it, because I think no matter what league you're in, there's going to be some sort of drama.
I think that there are 2 types of people. Well, there are many types of people, but there are 2, I think, main types of people that join roller derby. The first one, and both of these people, like, we all come from trauma. Like, I genuinely believe that people who play roller derby come from some sort of trauma or have this, like, grit about them where they kind of need to deal with things physically, right? And I think from all of that trauma, there are 2 kind of branches from that. There's the people who know how to deal with it, and they get it out on the court, and then they're like, good, I did it.
Yeah.
And then there are people who, like, they try and get it out on the track, and then that's not enough for them. So they need to stir up drama in other places. And I think that that comes from the same root. Like, it comes from us all having trauma and, like, not knowing how to deal with, like, our emotions. And so we join this team that, like, we hit each other for fun. But, like, some people don't know how to deal with that. And I think that that's maybe the root why there is so much drama within roller derby.
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know.
And you just have to know not to get, like, invested in it. Because, like, I feel like with the league that I was in, like, I hung out with, like, what the stereotypical, like, nerds and losers, like, the freaks and geeks. But I also hung out with, like, the cool kids that smoke behind the gym. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I was, like, in between both. And I would hear people kind of talk mess on both. And, like, get both people's side. And most of the time, it was just miscommunication. So people felt so strongly about the other people for things that never even happened. Or just, like, they didn't understand where the other person was coming from.
Yeah.
And I would just be like, this is so stupid. Like... y'all are like trying to get back at each other for things that don't even make sense.
Yeah, I tried to stay out of the drama for the most part because I was the same. I hung out with everyone. And I didn't really I just had like a couple specific people that I was really good friends with. But then other than that, I just kind of hung out with everyone in general. I mostly like stuck to Jammer Island. That's what we call it. Like all the jammers would just like hang out together. But like, yeah, I think that there was a lot of unnecessary drama. And I think that there's something about the fact that when you play roller derby, it has this like all-consuming kind of factor to it where it can take over your life if you let it. And when something takes over your life and has that kind of power over you, the drama that happens becomes more personal or more like almost devastating to you. You know, when the drama happens, you can't let it go because
it's such a huge part of your life.
And, like, you can't just move on from it, and like you have to, like, you end up just submersed in it. And so I think that's why, you know, derby drama goes so much deeper because everyone cares so, like, everyone who plays derby that I know, like, cares so much about derby. Like, like that it's so amazing and it's done so many great things for you. And so because of that, they naturally are, like, invested in it. And so when someone who also plays derby, their values don't align with yours, it's like, how could you taint my sport? And how could you come into my safe space? You know, like, I think it's
which
like
is personal. Just like the whole roller skating community too.
Totally.
If you think about it.
I mean, I feel that way. Like, I feel like, oh, you don't align, like, oh, you're a Trump supporter? Why are you here? You know, like, but...
You're like, why don't you go join Moda Skates?
Yeah, like, I don't understand.
Go join the Freedom team.
The Patriot team or whatever.
The Patriot team, where we're all, like, anti-trans and anti-queer and anti-everything.
I feel like that, like roller derby and roller skating have this, like, standard of we're misfits and we are like the unwanted ones and we found community with each other, and to have anyone come into that space and be intolerant of the misfit quality that makes us us, I'm like, ew, get out. But yeah. And I think it's the people. Sorry, I'm done talking.
I remember when I first started, like, being in derby, like, when you hit, like, being in derby a year and you're no longer, like, that noob, and you start seeing the flaws in derby and the drama of derby. And I remember, like, someone that had been in the league for years was like, well, you know what they say, you can never have this many women in a room and not have drama. And that always rubbed me the wrong way, because that gives into the whole, like, that women are catty and, like, yeah, and it's like, I don't think that is. It's just we have so many strong-headed people, no matter what their gender, that are, like, just super passionate, and then, like, they're just all trying to put in the work to do things, but they have different visions, so it clashes, and that's what causes the rift, because we're not all the same.
Yeah.
And so for me, it was like, I never got too wrapped. I remember getting, like, really, really upset, because I felt like I was always volunteering, and then, like, it was me and my derby wives and, like, 3 or 5 other people that were always volunteering, and no one else did, especially, like, the people that were on teams always felt like, well, we did our time, but it was like, no, mandatory, you're supposed to help. And it got really tiring, and there's times, like, that I wasn't even supposed to be there, and I got wrapped into helping out, and it just got, like, I used to get so pissed off, and I'd be like, this is it, blah, blah, and then I was like, whoa, like, it's fine, it's derby. So I just stopped, and I was like, well, then I'm not going to volunteer all the time, or I'll do my job and stop. I'm not going to push it. And once I started, like, setting that boundary for myself, I was no longer stressed out, and I wasn't, like, running to people and being like, well, why doesn't this person help? Because that's how drama starts. It's because then you're, like, noticing those things, and you gotta realize, like, hey, it's just derby, it's okay, like, just do what you can do. If they're not going to do it, that's on them. And then my life became so much better.
Yeah, definitely. I think that you put it really, really well when you said the, like, strong people with a different vision of how to accomplish. And, like, everyone's feeling so invested in the same thing, and it makes sense. It makes sense that people explode at each other. Yep.
But all I can say, Anonymous, skater is, there'll always be some sort of drama or something, and it's just that people feel so much. Hopefully you have a committee so that someone can, like, talk, and, like, that there's that not just talking about what's wrong, but, like, you guys can actually find a problem, a solution.
Solutions to fix the problem.
Yeah.
Yeah. And to fix the root of the problem, not just the branches.
Yeah. That was cute.
Well, but it's true, because if you just cut away the branches, then another problem, just more branches are going to grow.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. I've only had to report, I made one report to the grievance one time, and that was it. And it had to be a big one. I felt unsafe scrimmaging with someone that was, like, making me and other people fall a lot. And then, like, I almost got hurt and almost hurt them multiple times, like, within one scrimmage, and just, like, at practice, like, contact at all. So I had to say something, because I was like, I'm not going to break something because people feel bad for you and are letting you be more advanced than you should be.
Yeah.
And so, like, that's the only time, because, like, the rest, like, if someone's, like, talking mess or this or that, like, little things, like, I can handle it on my own. But that one, I was like, oh, I'm physically unsafe right now.
Yeah, for sure.
So, and then, like, nothing really happened then, and that made it so frustrating. So that's why you have to make sure you actually, like, carry through with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, leagues, listen to your skaters.
What's your bad advice?
My bad advice is just quit.
Just quit?
Yeah, that's my
usually
bad
my
advice.
kind of bad advice.
Yeah, that's...
Okay, what would Rebel say? Bad advice. When someone says they have a problem, just say, then deal with it. Stop being a little...
That's not my kind of advice. This is my kind of bad advice. If you have a problem, instead of going to anyone and talking about it, buy one of those really long, like, those big signs that are like a roll of construction paper that's like this big, and then paint your problem on it. And then instead of telling anyone about it, just post the sign in front of the entrance to your warehouse or wherever you practice, so that everyone can just see the grievance.
Or be, like, really passive aggressive, and, like, when everyone's, like, starting mess, you have a problem with someone, you just, like, sneak into their skate bag and you loosen all the nuts on all their wheels, so that way when they're skating, their wheels are flying off, and then they, like, break their bones.
Oh my god. Or you could, like, steal their deodorant.
Throw sand on the track as they're going.
Oh my gosh.
Pee on the panties.
Just steal their scrimmage shirts so they can't scrimmage. Pee on the panties? Ew, babe, gross. That's so nasty. Oh my gosh. Anyways.
On that note.
That's our advice. I hope you found something helpful or not helpful within it.
Yep. Just remember to breathe and it'll be okay. And remember that Derby is supposed to be fun. If it's no longer fun for you, that's your time to leave.
And if you still love Derby and you're feeling frustrated, maybe set some boundaries for yourself.
Yep.
Yep. All right. Thanks for listening to this episode of Skate Date. We hope you enjoyed it. We hope that you don't get into too many screaming matches with anyone on Thanksgiving.
Yeah, I know. It was a really good date. Like, we've definitely hooked up by now. I think I liked it. We think you liked it too, because you're still here.
Yeah. Thanks for coming back.
The dates are getting hot and steamy.
So hot.
You know, the colder it gets outside,
the more humidifiers we bring out, so it's a little foggy.
Does it get foggy? I don't even know if it gets foggy with the humidifier. It does get foggy,
yeah.
We need to bust out this humidifier,
okay,
babe.
We'll bust it out tonight.
She's about to bust it out tonight. It is a date. It is a skate date.
Yeah. So, oh my god, did we get any reviews this week?
I don't know. Everyone hates us in Apple Podcasts.
I know. Let me check. Oh my god, we got a review. Okay, well, we just wanted to shout out Makayla R. Makayla R. I'm not sure how to pronounce your name. I'm very sorry. They said, amazing. I was a casual follower on Instagram/YouTube for months, but started listening to your podcast yesterday and ended up listening to every episode all at once.
Yay!
Oh my gosh.
Binge
The podcast
listening.
really humanizes you both, and I'm a bigger fan than ever. Keep it up. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much, McKay Kayla R.
Thanks,
Also, we think your name is dope. You're dope. You're dope as fuck. So thank you so much for giving us a 5-star review. We appreciate you.
Sure.
If you give us a review on Apple Podcasts, if you leave us a comment,
You get a shout out.
you might get a shout out. And is there anything else we need to tell them, babe? Okay.
All right, y'all. Thanks so much for coming to this date. It was great.
Thank you so much. I had such a good time. I really liked it.
Hump days are always the best days with y'all.
They really are. So thank you for hanging out, and we will talk to you next week.
See you then. Mwah.